Hospitals overwhelmed as the Israeli army continues bombardment of the Gaza Strip for days after Hamas sent rockets and fighters into Israel in an unprecedented attack. Bombardments hit close to Rafah border crossing between Gaza Strip and Egypt's Sinai Peninsula, reports say. At least 260 people were killed by Hamas fighters at an Israeli music festival while others were taken captive and brought back to Gaza. The Supernova Music Festival on Saturday was held in a dusty field outside the Re'im kibbutz, about 3.3 miles, 5.3 kilometers, from the fence that separates Gaza from southern Israel. Hamas fighters, who arrived on paragliders and by road, opened fire on the young Israelis who had come together for a night of electronic music to celebrate the Jewish holiday of Sukkot. We are facing a dangerous situation because the military targeted a telecommunications company in Gaza yesterday, which disrupted communication. We can't reach each other, which is horrific. We can't even go to our houses because of the streets. There is a huge bombardment around us. People are fleeing to different places, to hospitals and UNRWA schools, but no place is safe. This is what we have been saying over and over. There is no safe place in Gaza, especially after targeting the Rafah crossing point. We are basically in a closed box right now. It's a prison. Regardless of the already complexities to provide daily life's needs, Israel has continued to impose a full blockade on Gaza, preventing the flow of food, medical equipment, gas, and water to thousands of people are now filling the schools. Azil, another displaced resident, shared her ongoing fear. We can't understand why schools, where innocent people are seeking refuge, are being bombed. The people of Gaza want the world to recognize that their struggle is not about politics or sides, it's about saving their lives. They plead to the world to act urgently, to ensure that the people fleeing death and terror receive the aid they desperately need. Innocent lives hang in the balance, and time is running out. On the third night of non-stop bombing in Gaza, we all stayed up late at my parents' house. Me, my infant son, sisters, brothers, nieces, nephews, and parents huddled together in the dark, listening to the sounds of our city being bombed and our people being annihilated. Finally, we went to bed, out of exhaustion, not because things were quiet. We had spent hours playing with the older kids, drawing, telling them the noises were fireworks. I don't think they believed us. Less than half an hour after I closed my eyes, we were woken up by a terrifying noise. Save the Children's Europe's director and EU representative Willy Burgon says his organization was alarmed about the decision by several EU member states to suspend development aid to Palestine. We are extremely concerned that other EU member states and the European Commission are also considering similar actions to suspend their support to Palestinian families, he told Al Jazeera. On Monday, Germany and Austria said they were suspending their development aid to the Palestinians. Suspending aid is cutting a critical lifeline to an incredibly vulnerable population. Children and their families enduring this conflict have never needed support more, Burgon said. He added that decisions about where and to whom to provide aid should be neutral, independent, and impartial. Withdrawing aid to entire communities and populations based on the actions of combatants is tantamount to collective punishment and must be avoided. There is already clear evidence of war crimes committed by both sides, including the targeting of civilians, according to a UN commission monitoring the conflict. All those who violated international humanitarian law or targeted civilians must be held accountable, demanded the commission. Reports that armed groups from Gaza have gunned down hundreds of unarmed civilians are abhorrent and cannot be tolerated. Taking civilian hostages and using civilians as human shields are war crimes, it said. The commission also said it is gravely concerned with Israel's latest attack on Gaza and Israel's announcement of a complete siege on Gaza involving the withholding of water, food, electricity, and fuel, which will undoubtedly cost civilian lives and constitutes collective punishment. Two members from Hamas's political office, Jawad Abu Shamala and Zakaria Abu Mamar, have been killed in an airstrike in Khan Yunis in Gaza, an official from the group has told Reuters news agency.